Alright, thanks as always for tuning into this episode of Gears Tactics. This episode is, as always, done on the insane difficulty with no death. Everything, really, is in the description. Ways to support me, as I'm a small channel. I've got a Discord, Twitter, Twit, links to directly support, and there's a playlist for all of the missions. So if you see a mission that you're a bit stuck on, check out the playlist. Alright folks, welcome to another episode of Gears Tactics. Today we are tackling another mission, Act 2, Chapter 5, Contraband. Let's see how we handle this one. As always, insane, no deaths. This one, it's been a while since I've seen this footage. Dug out the archives, blow the dust off. Act 2, Chapter 5. This is a rescue pod mission. I'm actually a big fan of these just because it's kind of fun to crack open the pod and see what kind of teammates you get, what kind of skills they've got, weapons, etc. As you can see, obviously going to go and pick up that epic crate straight away from the get-go. Now, I'll tell you spoilers ahead in this video, but the torque bow in this game, fantastic, man. As a Gears of War 1 player, I love teardropping the torque bow. I found a torque bow in this mission. I figured you could teardrop it. It was great fun. Loved it, loved it, loved it. So you can see that the beginning of this mission, bog standard, it's a two-man squad. So we're just going to push up. I don't know where they're coming from. Set up two angles, left and right. Let the enemy, do their turn. This is a sort of time-based mission, a turn-based mission. You have 13 turns to save both pods. So your first decision is which pod to go for. I just went for the left one. It was just for no particular reason. I just went for the left one. It seemed to work out. Whether that was a good move or not, we don't know. But right at the beginning, it's just very basic. Push up and just scout. I just wanted to actually see what was going on. I'll do that on each mission, push up really recklessly, aggressively, just to figure out what I'm dealing with. However, I actually did this one like first time on this turn, so it worked out great. So take Gabe here and chainsaw, and one thing I've noticed since coming back to this game after taking a little break from it, I've got a lot better at using the tools in terms of like executions and chainsaws to give extra AP, which is action points, which is moves. So do remember, if you've got some passives, really do remember what class you're playing as and what passives, because having a guy give an extra action point or having an execution give an extra action point and chaining them up, suddenly instead of struggling, you've got a spare character with 4 action points and you're cruising it. So this initial push on the top left is nading it out. I've been nading it out, and I've now just settled down in cover. Now this guy here, this locust drone that pushed past me, he overwatched Missed Violet. Now if it had shot me, I was dead. Luckily, he didn't shoot me. This means I can sort of return fire on him with SID, and you'll notice that it says untraceable. Although we were both in Overwatch and both in trouble, I have a chest piece on that means I take 50% less damage from Overwatch shots, and I was hunkered down in cover, so I basically took like no damage there. Miss Violet returns some fire with some big crits, and is going to do a execution here, and that's going to give Gabe an extra action point, and then she's going to do another execution, which is going to give Gabe another action point. And because he just gained 2 action points, he's now actually able to reach this pod and crack open the pod. So that's a little showcase of just how effective the chaining of executions can be. Let's crack open this pod and see who we've got.
Okay, soldier, you're with us. Jackpot. Same kind of canister Ukon huffed from right before he turned super grub. Better grab one.
Alright, so we've got a new member to the team. She has a Lancer and a Beret. And this is the torque bow scene. I'll let this play. So this one actually took me quite a few attempts. What I kept doing was I kept going down to the pod. That's what was happening. I was going down to the other pod as fast as possible, and then I was just getting surrounded, crossed, killed by torp bows, killed by crossfire, everything, and it wasn't working. On this successful mission, what I ended up doing was going down the right hand side with all 3 characters here, and I figured that it wasn't working, and even though I'm technically moving away from the pod, 9 turns is actually a large amount of distance you can cover. So don't get too bogged down with the turns. Just remember, yeah, you got a lot of turns, a lot of map distance can be covered, and I just pushed right up to this torp bow.
Careful, they're coordinating.
Now bear in mind, if this torp bow gets on you, you are getting yourself popped. So do be careful versus this torp bow. So as I've got the high ground again, I'm going to shoot down, fire off some big rounds here, and again kill this first locust drone. The reason I'm doing all of this is I just want as few things to think about. Now, what I did here was I pushed up and immediately took out the torp bow. Boom. Chainsaw that Theron guard right up there. And then I'm going to use Sid, the support, to go ahead and empower her. So now she has an extra turn to get herself out of danger. Because if she sits on those stairs, she was in trouble. And then I'm just going to sort of think about pushing up with Gabe, but I was like, I'm not really too sure about that. I want to provide some cover if anyone climbs up. So I did some Overwatch, sort of just to protect Miss Violet, because she's not Overwatching either. In an ideal world right now, where Miss Violet would have Overwatched, and that guy would have been dead. Luckily, he missed when he climbed up, and if you could have seen my face on stream when this second guy popped up and did this, luckily, for some reason, the Hammerburst drone didn't kill me. But I should have been dead there, really. I should have Overwatched properly and set that and not rushed so much, but we're in a bit of a situation here. I missed the disabling shot with the new comrade here. Jacori, I think his name is. I can't quite see on my screen. And I was like, alright, let's just deal with the threat. So let's push up closer and make sure I don't miss. And now I can flank this Overwatch with a chainsaw. Guaranteed one shot. Use it when you can. Very useful just to instantly kill an enemy.
That's effective.
And then again, using the sort of tips we've been picking up since playing this game for a little bit longer now, we're going to chainsaw, execute, and then do another execute, and then everybody's going to get some more bonus points. And this is important just because it's not too important, but it is a little bit important, because just being able to cover a lot of distance in one turn helps when obviously you have limited turns available. So because of those 2 extra points, she can now go and pick up this torp bow, and then we can begin to move, whereas, you know, that would have been another wasted turn. And the little things do add up in this game, and I will say I've been really enjoying the game. I know I don't really talk about it too much in these videos, but I've been really enjoying this game. It's got the right balance of, yeah, it's just a really solid game. I'd love to see more missions, more games like this for Gears. I think it's a real modern take on Gears of War. It just feels right. That's how I'd explain it. It just feels right, yeah. So pushing up with this torp bow, you have 2 options. You have power shot and lob. Lob is kind of like a boom shot lob. Power shot is like an explosive beam torp bow that will just crush anything. I just let you hear that noise when a torp bow shoots because it's oh so satisfying. So she can just push right up there, and now we've got the torp bow, we've got the high ground, and we're just going to lay siege onto the area down below that was causing us some problems. So no longer am I being crossed by all of these. I am the dominating force in the arena with this torp bow, so we'll just let the explosions happen now. You can listen in.
We drag ass, they die.
There you go, you can see I was thinking about lobbing it. Oh, it feels so good unleashing that torque-bow, man. So now all of a sudden, the whole area has just been cleared out in one turn. So that torque-bow, truly recommend picking that up. Devastating, devastating. Excuse me. So again, we've got the high ground, high accuracy, and we can just clear this whole area out. So once we've dealt with this little downed enemy here, we're done. That we can pick up that last box, or I guess sort of rescue the last teammate, and we can begin to sort of find our extraction point. So I figured I'd just bring her down and pick up this box because, hey, who doesn't like epic crates? I don't know if it's because I'm on a hard difficulty or I'm getting towards the end of the game or there's been a patch, but there's a lot more epic chests in the game, which is nice because it does make me go out of my way to pick them up.
Gotta move if we're gonna save them.
So this one managed to keep its glasses on whilst being tortured and locked up in a pod, so whoever made those glasses, respect. Well, good craftsmanship. 99 strength on those glasses. Now, we made the mistake a couple times on this section, so if I was to give a tip, don't go down the left-hand side here, go back upstairs, retake the high ground. When I went down the left, again, I just got flanked, pincered, and I didn't really have any advantage. I was just trying to find an angle the whole time, and it didn't feel right. When I went on the right-hand side with the sort of my cog crew, yeah, it just flowed a bit better. We were able to take the high ground, overwatch the top area, just find a bit, sort of a bit of better angles. So yeah, I recommend going up top for this mission. So sort of take the torque bow, deal with the last pocket down where the pod is, sorry, not the pocket, deal with the last pod and then head back up top. I mean, ideally, yeah, I'd still have extra torque bow bullets, but that thing didn't have many bullets in it. Ideally it would have had unlimited ammo, but I guess that would be kind of overpowered. And again, this might look repetitive, but it's always, I don't know, I just enjoy these fights, even though it looks kind of repetitive. Overwatch, how can we deal with it? Right, I thought I'd chainsaw, didn't realise I'd walk into his Overwatch with that chainsaw, almost got myself killed, and now she's going to come in and save the day and get the chainsaw. We've always, like, that's what I'm saying, like, even though it looks repetitive and easy, it keeps you on your toes. You've got to really think about where you can be shot from, what are you walking into as well, because you can see there it let me chainsaw, but it didn't show that I was going to walk into an Overwatch. So again, she's kind of had a, I feel like each character gets like one lucky break. She's had a lucky break and it's time for her to sit back and play defense. So I'm going to bring these two up top here and lay waste to the locust down below, I guess is the correct term. Now this character here that I unlocked out of the pod has an ability, I think it's called Relentless Fury. She basically doesn't stop shooting until it's dead. It's a great ability. I'm thinking about speccing Stotty into it. Basically means, yeah, you can just shoot and shoot and shoot. It's fantastic. So Miss Violet here is hiding behind this wall, scared for her life. And she's throwing that grenade specifically to knock them out of Overwatch. And then the second grenade's coming from the top to kill them. So a little grenade pincer there. And then the last guy is, I believe, there's a locust sniper down there and a locust drone. So you don't want to get pinned. So I figured I'd keep those two together, because if I get pinned, I'm not going to be able to get close to the sniper. So I want someone close by in case that happens. she's like just chilling, recovery, patching herself up, counting her lucky stars that she's still alive.
Here we go.
So here he is, the local sniper. And he's going to activate that pin we were a bit worried about. However, this is where we use the Relentless Fury. And you can see if it hits, it continues to shoot until it's dead. Which is just crazy. Great ability.
Almost out.
So that's how you deal with that, apparently. And then next, it's time to send Gabe on a journey to flank this guy with a chainsaw. He's going on the long one. And that's that mission done. Another one in the bag. As always, check the description of ways to support me. A playlist of all of the missions is available as well.
Let's get this done.
So yeah, thanks to everyone that's been supporting and enjoying these. We'll see you in the next episode. I'll showcase the little end cutscene and the crate's been opened as well if you're interested in what I got and unlocked.
Guess I should thank you for running. If we can find out what's in this canister, we might just learn the key to beating Ukon.